What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV, back with another video now. Today, going to go over an interview that's just recently come out with former Arsenal favourite Cesc Fabregas. He's done it with the Arsecast, which is a very popular Arsenal podcast, so big up to them guys. Go over there if you want to listen to the full interview. Now, Cesc Fabregas, of course, who was a big fan's favourite. Me personally, I would put him in my top 3 favourite ever centre midfielders at Arsenal. That's how far I would go. I just thought he was an incredible player. I wasn't so much hurt when he left and went to Barcelona. I was very disappointed when he rejoined, when he came back to the Premier League and went to Chelsea. Obviously, Fabregas has revealed details of that move where he has stated that, Arsenal had the buyback clause, which meant we had 7 days longer than any other club to decide whether we wanted to re-sign Fabregas or not. And Fabregas has stated that, he was telling all his friends that he expected to rejoin Arsenal, that he wanted to rejoin Arsenal, but Arsene Wenger turned down the opportunity to re-sign him. Of course, Fabregas then went on to win the title with Chelsea and also scored that brilliant lob that time against Arsenal. Fabregas revealed how much it hurt him when he was called a snake by the Arsenal fans, where he stated, it wasn't his choice and that the Arsenal fans were still very close to his heart. Another thing he revealed in this interview, brilliant interview, check that out, as I say, if you haven't already, was how close he says we were to signing Xabi Alonso, another deal that got away from Arsene Wenger. He revealed that for the whole summer, he was on the phone talking to Xabi Alonso about joining Arsenal. He wanted him to be his midfield partner at Arsenal. Liverpool were desperate to sell Alonso in order to raise funds to sign Gareth Barry. Of course, the Gareth Barry deal never happened. It was revealed that Arsenal offered 15 million for Xabi Alonso when Liverpool were asking for 18 million, and Alonso then went to Real Madrid for 18 million. Why Arsenal ever used to let a few £1 million get in the way of these deals, I'll never know. Fabregas said it was his most frustrating deal of his whole time at Arsenal. He said he constantly spoke to the Arsenal staff members about what Xabi Alonso was saying and said that the deal was very easy to get done. Simply offer the asking price and the deal was there to be done. Another deal that got away there. He also revealed in this interview how in 2010 he asked Arsene Wenger to allow him to leave the club. And Wenger refused and said, if you still feel this way in a year, we'll review that situation then. He also talks about famously when he wore the Barcelona shirt after celebrations with the Spanish national team. He says, he was a little bit tipsy at the time and revealed he was very tired and says it's something he regrets. He also talks about Arsenal, saying how much the club meant to him, how his goal against Tottenham in the London derby, the one where he ran from the halfway line, was his favourite goal in an Arsenal shirt. He also speaks about his affiliation with the fans. And Fabregas, for me, was, an outstanding player, a simply world-class talent. It was disappointing that, when he went to Chelsea, a lot of fans were very bitter towards him. Me, myself, I wasn't. I think if you have the opportunity to re-sign him and you don't, and he goes to a rival, what are you expecting him to do as a footballer? Barcelona want him out. Arsenal and Chelsea are the two clubs. Arsenal decide against it, and Chelsea's his option. He's not going to say, I'm not going to go to Chelsea because what will Arsenal fans think? We've turned down the chance to re-sign him. Brilliant player, as I said. One of the best ball-playing midfielders I've ever seen at Arsenal. Famously broke into the team at 16. What a talent. Went on to win the World Cup and the Euros with Spain. Numerous titles with Barcelona. And, it was just interesting to hear him talk. He was talking about Robin van Persie and Samir Nasri. He said these were the two players that he felt like were on his level at Arsenal. But said he simply couldn't rely on Van Persie, because of the injury problems. And said, when he left Arsenal and saw what Van Persie produced the season after, where he started scoring goals for fun, he was like, come on. How have you waited all this time to produce your best just after Fabregas leaves? As I say, go and check out that podcast over on the Arsecast, big Arsenal blog and podcast. some brilliant quotes in there. You know, Cesc Fabregas, what's your thoughts on him? Do you still feel he was a bit of a snake going to Chelsea? Do you class him as an Arsenal legend? Certainly one of the best ball-playing midfielders that I've seen at the club. And, you know, one of the best midfielders overall, to be honest, that I've seen at the club. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There'll be much more content throughout the week. Obviously, difficult times at the moment. We're all stuck indoors. And, you know, we'll need content to get us through this. Big up everyone for the support. And I'll be back later in the week. Bless.